こんばんは。リラックスしながらお聞きください。英語で国内ニュースから今日の主なニュースをお届けします。
Foreign Minister Motegi announced that 2 Japanese nationals are currently being detained in Iran. Additionally, a Japanese-related vessel was damaged in the Gulf of Oman near the Strait of Hormuz. Authorities say the damage was caused by an object falling from the sky. The government is working to ensure their safety.
A 50-year-old chief director from a major broadcaster's sports department has been arrested. He is suspected of committing a sexual assault against a woman in her 20s in Shibuya, Tokyo. The director allegedly used threats during the incident. His employer held an emergency press conference to apologize for his actions.
Japan's ruling party has proposed removing the current restrictions on exporting defense equipment. By eliminating the 5 categories rule, the government aims to allow the export of weapons to allies and partner countries. This move marks a significant shift in Japan's policy regarding the international transfer of military hardware.
2 teachers at a high school in Saitama have been referred to prosecutors following a fatal accident involving a ground maintenance vehicle. 2 years ago, the vehicle overturned, killing 1 student. Police believe the teachers were negligent for failing to properly manage the keys to the vehicle used by students.
The Tokyo District Court has sentenced film director Hideo Sakaki to 8 years in prison. He was found guilty of sexually assaulting 2 female actors. The judge stated that the director abused his position of power for these crimes. Although the defendant claimed innocence, the court rejected his arguments.
Israel has launched a large-scale attack on infrastructure in Tehran, the capital of Iran. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump expressed strong support for Kurdish forces fighting against the Iranian government. Tensions are rising as both sides exchange drone and missile strikes, affecting multiple countries across the Middle East region.
SoftBank Group is seeking a massive loan of up to $40 billion to fund its investments. A large portion of this money is intended for the artificial intelligence company OpenAI. Major banks are currently in talks to provide the funding, which is expected to be a short-term bridge loan.
Prime Minister Takeichi has released a special message to the public to mark the 15th anniversary of the Great East Japan earthquake. The message honors the victims and reflects on the recovery efforts since the disaster. The government continues to emphasize the importance of national resilience and disaster preparedness.
The major auto parts maker Denso is considering the acquisition of shares in the semiconductor manufacturer Rome. Both companies have confirmed that a proposal has been made. This potential partnership highlights the growing importance of securing a stable supply of semiconductors for the future of the automotive industry.
Japan and Canada have agreed to establish a new economic security dialogue. During a recent summit, the leaders of both nations decided to work together to build a stable supply chain for critical minerals. This agreement aims to strengthen economic security and reduce risks for both countries.
次は社会のニュースです。
The Japanese government has approved a bill to create a new disaster management agency. The agency will act as a command center for handling natural disasters. It is expected to launch in 2026 with more staff and a larger budget. A dedicated minister will lead the organization under the Prime Minister.
Japan's ruling parties have proposed a plan to allow the export of weapons. This recommendation was recently submitted to Prime Minister Takeichi. The proposal aims to strengthen defense cooperation and the domestic defense industry. This marks a significant shift in Japan's long-standing policy regarding the international sale of military equipment.
Police have arrested a 50-year-old man for sexual assault. The suspect is a chief director at a major broadcasting station. He is accused of pulling a woman in her 20s into a building in Tokyo's Shibuya district to commit the crime. The police are currently investigating the details of the incident.
A film director has been sentenced to 8 years in prison for sexual assault. The Tokyo District Court found him guilty of attacking 2 actresses. The judge stated that the defendant abused his professional position to commit these crimes. Although the director claimed he was innocent, the court rejected his arguments.
2 teachers have been referred to prosecutors following a fatal accident at a high school in Saitama. 2 years ago, a vehicle used for ground maintenance overturned at night, killing 1 student. Police believe the teachers failed to manage the vehicle's keys properly, which led to the tragic incident.
15 years after the Great East Japan earthquake, the government plans to cut reconstruction budgets in 2026. Local cities like Kizen-numa are worried about ending support for disaster victims. Current programs help monitor elderly residents living alone in public housing. Local officials are now looking for ways to continue these services.
A committee meeting in Japan's House of Representatives was canceled today because the chairman arrived late. The meeting was supposed to discuss education and science topics. This unusual situation led to the sudden cancellation of the session. Lawmakers expressed their frustration over the delay and the wasted time for the government.
Japan and Canada have agreed to start a new economic security dialogue. Prime Minister Takeshi and the Canadian Prime Minister will meet to finalize the deal. The goal is to build stable supply chains for critical minerals. This move aims to reduce reliance on specific countries for essential resources.
5 people have been confirmed dead after a fire destroyed a temple in Shimonoseki City last month. The victims include 2 children and 3 adults from the same family who lived at the temple. Investigators identified the bodies after the fire at Shorinji Temple. The local community is mourning the loss.
A 56-year-old man has been arrested for killing an acquaintance in Tokyo. The suspect is accused of pouring boiling water on the victim and stealing 19,000 yen. The incident happened last September in an apartment in Setagaya. While the suspect denies the robbery, police believe he had repeatedly taken money before.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Denso is considering acquiring shares in the major semiconductor maker Rome. Rome confirmed they received a proposal from Denso. Both companies released comments following media reports about the potential deal. This move is part of the strategic choices companies are making to strengthen their technology and growth in the chip market.
Toyota will reduce domestic production of vehicles for export to the Middle East by about 20,000 units through the end of March. This decision follows rising tensions in the region, including difficulties navigating the Strait of Hormuz. Affected models include the Land Cruiser and Camry. Toyota will monitor the situation.
The Liberal Democratic Party and the Japan Innovation Party have submitted a proposal to Prime Minister Takaichi regarding defense equipment exports. They suggest removing current restrictions that limit exports to 5 specific categories. The proposal aims to make the transfer of weapons with lethal capabilities possible in principle to other countries.
Finance Minister Satsuki Katayama stated that the Bank of Japan's monetary policy aims to achieve price stability, not to control exchange rates. She noted that Japan has not yet fully exited deflation, as sustainable price growth with wage increases is still developing. The government and the central bank will continue to coordinate.
The Nikkei 225 index rose today, closing at over 55,620. Despite concerns about Middle East tensions, investors engaged in bargain hunting as prices became attractive. Major stocks like Fast Retailing and SoftBank Group saw gains. Semiconductor maker Rome's stock price surged following reports that Densho is considering a takeover proposal.
A ruling party committee plans to decide the final route for the Hokuriku Shinkansen extension by the end of the current Diet session. The extension will connect Suruga to Shin Osaka. The president of JR West expressed support for the existing plan that passes through Obama and Kyoto for better passenger convenience.
A U.S. subsidiary of Nippon Life Insurance has filed a lawsuit against OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT. The company claims the AI provided legal advice without a license, leading to an unfair legal dispute. Nippon Life is seeking over $10 million in damages in this first-of-its-kind case involving AI.
Entrepreneur Joy DeIto will resign as a member of a digital agency expert committee at the end of this month. This follows discussions regarding his past ties with the late Jeffrey Epstein. Digital Minister Matsumoto stated that the government respects Mr. Ito's decision to step down from his advisory role.
The Japanese government will begin transporting Japanese nationals from the Middle East by land as early as tomorrow. Chief Cabinet Secretary Kihara announced that the self-defense forces are on standby in case chartered flights cannot operate. This move aims to ensure the safety of citizens currently unable to leave the region.
Chief Cabinet Secretary Kihara revealed that one of the two Japanese nationals being held in Iran was detained in June of last year. He stated that the government has confirmed the person's safety and is maintaining contact with them. Officials are continuing to work to ensure the well-being of the individual.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
A major boxing match has been announced. Undisputed super bantamweight champion Naoya Inoue will face Junto Nakatani at Tokyo Dome on May 2. Inoue said he wants fans to see this historic moment. Also, Takuma Inoue will defend his world title against Kazuto Ioka on the same day.
The pairings for the Spring Invitational High School Baseball Tournament have been decided. High school baseball fans across Japan are excited to see the upcoming matchups for this popular event. A recent survey shows that many people are looking forward to the exciting games and the young athletes' performances.
Japan will play its first game in the World Baseball Classic against Taiwan tonight. Pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto is expected to start the game. Team Japan features a record 8 Major League players, including Shohei Ohtani. The team is aiming to become the world champions in this major tournament.
In professional sumo, stablemaster Isagahama, the former Yokozuna Terunofuji, will miss the upcoming spring tournament. This decision follows an incident where he assaulted a disciple while he is suspended from the tournament starting March 8th. The Japan Sumo Association says he can still provide guidance at his stable.
7 countries have decided not to participate in the opening ceremony of the Milan Cortina Paralympics. This is a protest against the International Paralympic Committee's decision to allow athletes from Russia and Belarus to compete. The Games begin on March 6 amid ongoing tensions regarding the invasion of Ukraine.
Soccer superstar Lionel Messi visited the White House to meet President Trump on March 5th. His team, Inter Miami, was invited to celebrate their first MLS Cup title. President Trump congratulated the team and mentioned that his son is a fan. Messi presented the president with a jersey and ball.
Japanese alpine skiing star Momoka Muraoka will miss the downhill event at the Milan Cortina Paralympics. She is currently recovering from an injury, and her preparation has been delayed. Muraoka is a top athlete who has won 4 gold medals in past games. Fans hope she can return for other events.
A court has ordered a high school and a basketball coach to pay damages for harassment. A former female player at Shimabara Chuo High School sued after suffering mental distress from the coach's verbal abuse. The court ruled that the coach's insults were inappropriate and ordered a payment of 880,000 yen.
Mao Shimada has taken the lead in the women's short program at the World Junior Figure Skating Championships in Estonia. The 17-year-old gave a solid performance to reach the top of the standings. She is now aiming to become the first skater ever to win 4 consecutive World Junior titles.
In the NBA, Rui Hachimura scored 16 points for the Los Angeles Lakers, but the team suffered a defeat. During the game, his teammate LeBron James set a new record for the most points. Despite Hachimura's strong performance, the Lakers were unable to continue their recent 3-game winning streak.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
Foreign Minister Motegi announced that 2 Japanese citizens are currently being detained in Iran. Additionally, a Japanese-related ship was damaged in the Gulf of Oman. The Ministry of Transport says an object fell from the sky and hit the vessel while it was anchored near the important Strait of Hormuz.
The United States and Venezuela have agreed to restore diplomatic relations for the first time since 2019. The Trump administration plans to help rebuild Venezuela's oil industry to boost their economy. President Trump hopes this move will increase oil production and eventually lead to lower gasoline prices for American consumers.
President Trump says he must be involved in choosing the next supreme leader of Iran. This follows the death of the previous leader, Khamenei. Trump stated that Khamenei's son is an unacceptable choice for the position. He wants a leader who will bring peace, but Iran has reacted strongly against his comments.
U.S. military officials say there is strong evidence of American involvement in an attack on a girls' school in Iran. This tragic incident resulted in the deaths of approximately 150 people. The report has raised serious questions about the operation as tensions continue to rise between the 2 countries in the region.
President Trump has fired Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. This is the first cabinet member dismissal of his second term. Noem faced criticism for her handling of illegal immigration and a very expensive advertising campaign. She will now serve as a special envoy, while Senator Markwayne Mullin has been nominated as her successor.
Jimmy Lai, the founder of the pro-democracy newspaper Apple Daily, will not appeal his 20-year prison sentence in Hong Kong. The 78-year-old was convicted under the national security law for calling for international sanctions. His legal team confirmed the decision, making the sentence the longest ever given under this specific law.
NATO is strengthening its missile defense systems across the region. This decision follows a recent event where Turkey successfully intercepted incoming missiles. The alliance aims to improve its readiness and protection for all member countries. Officials are working to ensure the defense network can respond quickly to any future aerial threats or attacks.
President Trump suggested that the United States may soon take action against Cuba. He indicated that once military operations in Iran are finished, his administration will focus on the socialist nation. The U.S. has previously criticized Cuba for its relationship with Venezuela, specifically regarding the supply of oil between the 2 countries.
The AI company Anthropic plans to sue the U.S. Department of Defense. This comes after the government labeled the company a security threat. Anthropic had previously refused to let its AI technology be used for military surveillance or autonomous weapons. As a result, President Trump has banned the company's products from all government agencies.
Israel has ordered residents in the southern suburbs of Beirut to evacuate their homes immediately. This warning suggests that a large-scale military attack may be imminent in the area. the situation remains extremely tense as people move to find safety. International observers are closely monitoring the region for any further conflict or developments.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Shogi star Sota Fuji, who holds 6 titles, lost in the semifinals of the EIO tournament on March 5th. He was defeated by Takuya Nagase. With this loss, Fuji's chance to hold all 8 major titles again in 2026 has disappeared. The match took place at the Kansai Shogi Hall in Osaka.
Exile member NES Myth and Kanasu from the band Hey Smith have announced the birth of their first child, a baby boy. The couple got married in 2022. NES Myth shared the happy news and expressed deep gratitude to his wife. Fans are sending many warm congratulations to the new parents on social media.
Kazunari Ninomiya from the popular group Arashi recently spoke about his fellow members. He praised their high level of fan service, saying it is on a different level. He noted that the members try their best to respond to every single request from their fans, showing their deep dedication and care.
Film director Hideo Sakaki has been sentenced to prison for sexual assault. The court found him guilty of attacking a woman who hoped to appear in his movies. This case has drawn significant attention to the issue of power harassment and sexual violence within the Japanese film industry and creative arts.
A director from a major TV news department has been arrested by the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. He is suspected of non-consensual sexual intercourse. The police are currently investigating the details of the incident. This arrest of a media professional has caused a shock across the news industry in Japan.
The winners of the 60th Yoshikawa Eiji Literature Awards have been announced. Makari Asai won the main prize for her novel titled Dorazo Ira Ishida, received the Bunko Prize for his famous Ikebukuro Westgate Park series. An official award ceremony will be held at a Tokyo hotel on April 10th.
A major publisher has apologized for hiring a manga artist who was previously involved in a sexual violence case. The artist used a different name to work on a popular manga app. After a court ruled against the artist in a civil case, the publisher faced heavy criticism for its response.
Famous actor Yutaka Mizutani will co-star with his daughter Shuri for the first time in a new movie. The film, titled Piccola Felicita, will be released on April 24th. Mizutani is also the director and writer of the project. Fans are excited to see the real-life father and daughter together.
The popular variety show Crazy Journey will end this March after 11 years on the air. The program started in 2015 and became a hit for its unique travel stories. Starting in April, a new show hosted by Shinobu Sakagami and Kento Nakajima will take over its Monday night time slot.
National museums in Japan plan to introduce double pricing for visitors. This means foreign tourists will pay higher entry fees than local residents. The government is pushing museums to increase their own income and rely less on public funds. Some museums may even face closure if they cannot meet financial goals.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。